When people find out that I was homeless, they usually want to know what I did that made me lose my home. People just assume, I think, that my being homeless is something I did to myself. In some cases, that's true, I know. Some people do
make bad decisions and pay the price by ending up on the streets. But many more people than I bet you are aware of end up homeless because of something much more out of their control.
Well, I'm here to tell you that I was totally in control of my life. I had a job, I had a wife who had a job, but both of us were minimum wage earners. And that doesn't get you a home, not anymore. In this city, one of the greatest cities in the country, I think, at minimum wage, it takes 3 of the 4 weeks out of a month to pay for rent in KC.
That doesn't leave money for utilities or food or clothing or kids' needs.
It doesn't leave income for health coverage. It doesn't leave money to live. It doesn't leave money for a life.
Having a job doesn't mean you get a home. Not anymore.
Everyone deserves a home. I think we're all pretty much in agreement on that. Everyone deserves to be able to go to the refrigerator in the middle of the night and get a glass of milk when you can't sleep. That's not asking a lot, is it?
Everyone deserves a safe haven. Many of us cannot afford safety, though. I am so tired of feeling like I am not enough. I work, but I don't make enough to pay rent. There's not enough affordable housing out there for people who are homeless. Heck, there's not enough affordable housing there for people who have a home but struggle to pay the rent.
Even with 2 jobs, it's sometimes impossible to keep up. The tipping point is slippery. You can tumble faster than you know. KC says that affordable housing is $1,200 to $1,500 a month. Well, minimum wage or even slightly more than that, you do the math. No way that will ever add up.
I am tired of working and trying and praying and still not being enough.
It's a little bit of a catch-22. I can't afford rent if I don't have a job. I can't get a job easily if I don't have a home. It's hard to get ready for an interview when your bathing location is the sink at the corner Quick Trip.
When I first became homeless, the reasons why are not important. But the first night, I sat in my car with my 2- and 4-year-old tucked into laundry baskets in the back seat of my car. I was overwhelmed with one thought. What do I do first? You have to figure out the first step. It's hard to get the kids off to school, get cleaned up, go to a job, or find a job when you're living in a tent.
I mean, come on. This is not me whining. This is me saying that no matter how tough a mom I am or how much I want to get out of poverty and have a home in Kansas City, no matter how much I'm committed to being like all of you sitting out there tonight, no matter how much I try, I cannot do it all at once. I need support.
I need encouragement. I need new skills.
So I too can make KC my home.
So that I too can make KC my home. I was 8 years old when I became homeless. 8. I'm gonna let that sink in. I want you to all think back to the time you were 8 years old. When I found out we had been evicted from our apartment, from our home, we got into our car and my mom just sat there. She didn't talk, didn't cry, she just sat there. It was probably the most horrible moment of the whole ordeal. For the first time in my life, my mom didn't have the answer. And it was terrifying. We started driving around, and we drove and drove until I fell asleep in the back seat. We ended up late that night at some hotel somewhere in Kansas City. I didn't know where. I didn't care where. I didn't care. Period. I was 8. Not enough.
You do not know the true meaning of the word worthless until you are a single mom who is smart and who has been educated and through a bad set of circumstances is looking at 3 small faces that she brought into the world. and who are her world. And you cannot give them a clean, safe place to sleep. You do not know.
You don't know when you are a child and you find yourself being taken into this place. It said Community LINC on the door.
And you see your mom cry because it has a stove in this apartment they are giving you to stay in. And she can now cook for you again. You do not know how that feels. How good it feels to have someone to say to you, you did the best you could. And you got them here. And now we have your back because you had theirs. You do not know.
Having gone through the program at Community LINC, I can now see the organization is looking at the bigger picture. The organization is constantly pivoting to meet the ever-changing demands of what it means to be homeless in this country at this time in a pandemic, when the housing market is soaring and affordable rent for poor people really doesn't exist. You do not know.
When you walk by a person on a street who is homeless, you do not know their story, but they have one. And as hard as this may be for you to hear, their story is probably not too far away from your own. They never thought their story would be this either. Just like you, they never thought that this is where they'd end up.
They never thought that this is where they end up. Those of us who have known that story, lived that story, and somehow found the grace that brought us to Community LINC, brought us to you tonight, we want you to know.
All of us want all of you to know.
We are here.
We are your neighbors. We are your fathers.
And mothers and children.
We too, all of us, want Kansas City to be a place we can call home.
I was 8, now I'm 10, and I'm thriving. I'm here because of Community LINC and because of you.
We are here because of you.
My children and I are here because of you.
My past is my past, and I have a tomorrow because of you.
I am thriving because of Community LINC and because what you will do here tonight.
My future was mine to build. I have. Because of Community LINC, because of you.
I am your hope for the future. I can see there's a path to ending homelessness. It will not be easy. Some of you may fall off the path along the way, but some of you will stay with me, and together, I know we can make KC home to all. Your opportunity begins now. Thank you.